All right.
And they are trying to
Okay,
polarize.
so we can be reasonably assured that while we also have to realize that if you're in it, you have to be very clear what you're in it for. You have to have clear war aims. You have to have clear war goals. There is a lot of lessons from the past. And while, yes, the Americans are not to be trusted because they've given the check at the IMF, and that's America. Don't go IMF. America controls the IMF. Okay. But 50 years ago, the Americans were deploying aircraft carriers supporting Pakistan. That's not happening. Okay. If the Pakistanis thought the Chinese were coming to open a second front, that doesn't seem likely at this stage. Can't rule it out, but doesn't seem likely at this stage. So, if Pakistan was hoping that the Saudis would come to their assistance, they're not going to come to their assistance. Okay. Other than Turkey and China to even resupply them, they don't have much else. The Americans are not going to send munitions to Pakistan. They'll give them the money. So they have plenty of frustrations far worse than ours because they have a limited capacity to wage a long-term war. That's just the truth. Okay, now whether that is 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months is open to conversation. Okay, they have limited capacity to resupply. Anything that extends in a duration, we win. But I need to put out a sobering thought. We are in an undeclared war now. That's what it is. And when you're at war, there is going to be damage, there are going to be casualties, because that's what a war is. We lost 3,500 troops to reclaim the heights in Kargil. So it's not going to be a one-way street. Let's not assume that for a second. There is going to be a few long nights ahead of us, and we have to just accept that reality. I am accepting it, and I implore all of you to accept the reality. A miracle in 24 hours or 2 days is not going to happen. Pakistan has limited war fighting capacity. We have now proven that our air defense, our anti-drone nets, our anti-missile nets are far more effective. There's nothing cent%, but are far more effective than the Pakistanis. They know it and we know it. But does that mean they won't get something through? At some point of time they will. Okay. On your screens, ladies and gentlemen, let me zoom in so you get a better understanding. This is what we have been officially told. I don't need this band at the top of a screen. Let's put this up full so our viewers can watch this. This is the state of affairs as was in the intervening night of May 9 and May 10th. Marked in green are the Pakistani establishment, including air bases that have been targeted by India. This is Raheem Yar Khan, which is just northwest of Rajasthan. This is not required. What you were doing just fine. You're over processing. Yes, what you were doing just fine. Raheem Yar Khan in Rafiki, in Murid, and in Chaklala. So marked in green, which is here, Chaklala, Murid, Rafiki, and Raheem Yar Khan. These have been engaged by the Indian Armed Forces. In Seialkot, in what is called the Seialkot salient, this is the crucial salient, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the finger that Pakistan has that is nearest poking into Udhampur and Pathankot. Pathankot, of course, being crucial because that controls your access, physical road access to the north into Kashmir. So we have taken on Pakistan air defense assets in Seialkot and in Masroor. In Seialkot, we've been told we have eliminated their air recon facilities. I'm assuming that's radar stations. Now, what you're seeing in the yellow, ladies and gentlemen, is where the maximum amount of artillery engagement has taken place. in Rajouri, in Poonch, in Kupwara, Baramulla, and in Akhnur. What you're seeing in the white, these are the Indian bases that Pakistan has attempted to attack yesterday. While the bases are fully operational, there is no significant operational damage. In some places there have been casualties and some minor damage, including to civilian structures, schools that are part of these bases has happened. Srinagar, Avantipora, Udhampur, Pathankot and Adampur. Now this is what you got in the briefing. This is what they have done in terms of attacks to Indian bases, cross-border firing and the counter attacks that we have taken. However, Pakistan drone and missile hits, attempted targeting has happened all the way down to Gujarat. And we'll tabulate that for you very, very shortly. Major Shah joining us this morning. Now, Major Shah, here we are. Okay.